Game capture. There you go.
Impact confirmed. The Slayer has been activated. Ensign, you have a lock on the Slayer's location? Confirmed. Weapon drop incoming in 3... The main gate is under lockdown. There's a key in the nearby church. Route in the location.
Hey Hars, what's up? How's it going?
The cultists are free.
He's at ground zero. He located. Once he kills the demons, the portals will collapse.
Your new mic sounds awesome. Yeah, thanks, bro. I just got it recently. And it was really necessary because my headset just sounded terrible. So this really helped. Are you playing this game, Horrors, or are you playing Eternal or something else? Well,
All hell gates closed. The village is...
I'm still stuck on PS4. I can't play the new game. Ah, that sucks, bro. That's annoying.
Tier 5 readings in the South Bay. Incoming.
A Titan has been summoned.
Hey, Ivan, what's up? Good to have you on. Down here. Hey, Sharpie, what's up? Yeah, thanks, bro. Thank you. As I said several times, I still haven't completed Ultra Nightmare on the new update, so that's what I'm gonna try to do. Gonna take a few tries though, I'm sure, because I'm not familiar with it at all. Like the furthest I've got is actually, I think it's Forsaken Plains. That's the farthest I've gotten.
Titan down. All remaining enemy targets have been
So thank you. Horrors, but I did complete Eternal 2 days ago. Kill the Final Sin. That's amazing. Did you do it on Nightmare, Ultra Nightmare? What did you do it on? But yeah, on the new update, it's have you played Doom 1 plus Doom 2? Yeah, yeah. Way back.
He's at the drop zone. Deploying weapon board now.
Played it way back in the day. I mean, I haven't played the new, you know, the re-release with, you know, by Night Dive, the one that released about a year ago. I haven't played those versions, but I played the OG Doom 1 and Doom 2. You played it in Eternal, yeah. You could also play Doom 1 and Doom 2 in Eternal, actually, which is quite fun. That is very true.
Reroute all units to the energy relay.
Get all this shit. The custom maps. No, I don't think I have. Just in the normal difficulty. I'm not good at shooters, but maybe I'll try one day. Okay, good. I mean, Eternal is a great game to level up your skill. So starting off in a low difficulty and then making yourself up to Nightmare, and then once you're comfortable with Nightmare, then you can attempt Ultra Nightmare. The only advice I will give you if you want to attempt Ultra Nightmare on Eternal is the same thing as this game, is to really know the encounters in and out, right? So spend a lot of time practicing, because there's nothing more frustrating than starting a UN run and then sort of dying because you forgot how an encounter panned out. You know what I mean? So practice, 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 and then you'll get it if that's what your aim is. I'm not really enjoying OG Dooms because there's just so much secrets and I really don't want to miss some new weapons. Yeah, that's the problem that I also have with OG Doom, is that you really have to know where secrets are, right? And I don't know. I get lost also, especially in Doom 1. I get lost really easily. But as have you played a lot of Doom's WADs, like map packs, like in Eternity? No, not really. Not really. I don't have that much experience with WADs, to be honest with you. So I basically played a lot of vanilla Doom back in the day, but not really, nothing since then. Oh, that's not what I want to do. There's some 2 gems that are pretty modern and they look dope as fuck. Okay, okay. Maybe I should get into that. Maybe at some point I could stream that as well. Just going, you know, going OG Doom and then doing some WADs. Like, you know, why not? Fuck off. That could be something. Have you played Doom Eternal? Doom Eternal, what's that? Never heard of it before. Love the sense of humor, Ivan. Love it. I mean, I have a very small channel, but like Doom Eternal is definitely what got me to the number I'm at now, because that's what I, you know, that's essentially what I did for, I started my channel a year and a half ago, and up until Dark Ages came out, it was strictly Eternal stuff. So I pretty much owe my 200 and something subscribers to Eternal, without a doubt. I don't like OG Doom the way people like it in 1993. Well, because he can't surprise you like that anymore. Yeah. What do I? Yeah, a bit rusty because I haven't played the early levels in quite some time.
Commander, we need assistance.
What made you stay? Not a common thing to see people keep playing the same game, especially with mods. Are we talking about Eternal? Sharpie? Yes. I mean, Eternal is... to be honest, I mean, like, if you have a look at Nexus mods, you'll see that Eternal has something like 1,300 mods, which is quite a high number. So, like, what maybe stay is just going through all of them. Like, so that's pretty much it. Ah, damn. Oh. What the fuck happened there? All I see in terms of content creation is control of newbies who never come back. Okay, okay. Is there any good mod for TD except for that slow-mo removing mod that's useless for now? After the update, I mean, the one that I swear by is the streamline mod because just give me a sec, guys. Just give me a sec. I'm just gonna pause this. Give me a sec. Yeah, sorry about that. So basically the mod that I use that I've been using consistently for quite a while now is the Streamline mod that enables me to skip stuff like, you know, the turret sections, the mech sections, the dragon sections. Or, I mean, it shortens the dragon sections because like there's ground combat involved with those. And that's basically the mod at the moment that I can recommend the most because it gets rid of a lot of the extra fluff that's not really necessary, in my opinion. So yeah. And I really know these levels in and out at this point after running them like, I don't know, hundreds of times. It's crazy. So yeah, that's about it. Streamline mod by Prote. But Hugo said they're trying to improve the mechs and dragons. Yeah, but still, like, I don't see what they could improve, to be honest with you, because I think a lot of people, especially Doom Eternal type players who just want ground combat, share the same opinion as me, is that we want less of that and more ground combat. Like, I seriously have zero interest in playing like in dragon sections and mech sections, like zero. Come on, die. The update has added quite a bit of HP to the mechs. Is it long, like mech and dragon sections? I think they are. I think they're way too long, especially mech sections. Oh, that's not what I want to do. There you go. Those sections actually provide zero novelty. We used to play that in countless other games in the early 2000s. Yeah, exactly. Like, it just feels like those sections feel like They're like from the Xbox 360 era, you know, which is fine because like I love that era of gaming, but it doesn't fit in a modern Doom game where you just want to be, you know, the Slayer, right? And I think for somebody like me who likes to replay games a lot, this doesn't work for me. It's like, yeah. Doesn't work for me at all. So now, for example, like had I not had the mod installed, I would have had to do the first mech section right now. But we're skipping that and we're going straight to Sentinel Barracks, which is really, really cool. So thank you, Protake, for making this mod, because I think had he not made this mod, I would have had a really hard time replaying this game over and over the way I have. The novelty is, oh my god, you can play in a mech and a dragon, guys. Isn't that cool? Hey, John. John, my man.
With the Slayer guarding the barracks, we'll take the airships.
You always speak the truth. You always say things in a way that I would not be able to say in a better way. Look at this, Terrace Abad. Little Easter egg right here. If you guys know Doom Eternal, here's the entrance to Terrace Abad. Little cool stuff. But yeah, IDK, aka John, is spot on there. That's exactly how I feel about those sections. Man, are we done with these guys or what? Yeah, so novelty in this game disappears very quickly once you do maybe the second playthrough. It's still fun to do the mech and, you know, the mech and dragon sections and the turret sections, but after that it just becomes like tedious as fuck, right? We should be able to play either as a Slayer or Meg within one level and switch if you so desire, like 2 parallel progressions. Yeah, that'd be cool. That's a good idea. Can you fuck off with the projectiles? That's not a bad idea, Sharpie. How about you next time Hugo streams, which is every Thursday? I think they've missed streams the past 2 weeks because of QuakeCon probably. Because they need a break, but next time Hugo streams, feel free to type that in the chat, and we can. Let's check out how he reacts. He'll probably be very defensive about it, but that's okay. What the fuck? But I agree with you. Nah, let them figure it out the hard way. I think they already have by looking at the player count for this game, to be honest with you. Player count at the moment is lower than Eternal. So. There you go. Clean. He won't read anyway. I wouldn't be that certain because they are quite good at reading comments. He might not say it out loud. But he will read it, I'm sure. I also doubt that out of 3K plus employees of Wyoming, nobody suggested it. I think to be honest, I think the higher ups had a say in adding those sections? Actually, no, because I take that back, because actually Hugo is a huge mech fan. He was also, I'm not sure if you've seen the movie Pacific Rim, but he actually, he was, what do you call it, creative director for that movie. And he actually helped design the kaiju, so those big mechs. So I think he's always had like a soft spot for mechs, right? Also, they will never implement it retroactively. Yeah, yeah, I know. Yeah, exactly. You know, this game is done now. I just hope that in the DLC that they think twice about things like that. You know, that they sort of get things a second thought, because yeah, they probably just thought it'd be cool and more appealing to normal. Yeah, exactly. It's to please the casual player base. It's simply what it is, right? Oh, shit. Man, this part here I fucking hate. This section is a pain in the ass. In fact, I only have a few people who in fact, I've only seen a few people who do not like Mega Dragon, meaning that most people liked it. Really? Okay. Ironically, they failed completely capturing an audience with this game amongst normies. That's why you don't pander. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the thing is, I understand the hate this game has gotten. But at the same time, there's loads of stuff that I love about it. It's just that the things that I love are things that I'm thinking, oh, if only you had just done this a tiny bit better and this a tiny bit better, right? I think this game is trying to cater to everyone, and as you know, if you cater to everyone, you cater to no one. Yeah, that's exactly it. That's precisely what happened. Yeah, that's pretty much what it is.
This attack on the barracks is a diversion. I thought we would need help. Infant, mobilize the Slayer's dragon. Marking the Slayer's HUD now.
The game is just very expensive and very demanding. Yeah, those are two things that really did not do it favors. Like, you know, the pricing and the fact that you need, like, you know, ray tracing hardware. That doesn't... People did not like that, and I get it, you know. What? Okay. Oh man, this game is so jank. Oof. So jank. Man, what am I doing? Can you fuck off with your stone ends? They're not an interesting AI at all. I don't mind the price tag, and I'm poor. All I want is a level editor. I wish they had included like a snap map kind of thing for this game, given how successful that was for 2016. People love that in 2016. Snap map would have been great for this game. But nope, we got the Ripitorium, which is fine, but I'm pretty much done with it. So, what a shame. But again, you know, they're going to be updating that as well. So we're only in a 1.0 version right now, so we'll probably be getting something. Man, these guys. Chain gunners. Did you see the new version of Kaizamod comes with an enemy randomizer for the campaign? You're kidding me, really? John, are you serious? You're kidding me, right? If that's true, that's amazing. Like that, I mean, that would be... It is, seriously. Wow, man. When did that come out? I haven't tried it yet, so, like, I don't know what it's like, but it's there. Shit. Yeah, he is, bro. Like, came out a couple days ago. Fuck.
Player is approaching the bridge to the
Man, I'm definitely gonna try that out. That's gonna be, I mean, just for streaming this game, that's gonna make it a lot more comfortable. But I hope there's. The only thing about that though is, if that's the case, we need like a new game plus mode. You know what I mean? If it's randomizer, you kind of need a new game plus. Like we did, you know, like who did that? Was it Prote who did that also for Eternal? There was a new game plus option, and that worked super well, right? So if that comes with NG plus, then I'm game for sure. I think the game would not be popular with would still not be popular with low price tag and most interesting franchise over right now. Yeah, it's not. No, I agree with you. The dad is so excited he'll kill this run to play it. Yeah, maybe. I mean, to be honest with you, like if I may give it a go, yeah. So apparently it's supposed to be a balanced randomizer, but like I said, I don't know what it's like. Okay, so that means no. If it's balanced, that means there's no chance of an NG plus. I'm guessing, right? All right. So we're gonna be upgrading this shit. Boop, 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 boop. Yeah, probably this. Doom isn't even trying to find a niche. Guys, I think we have to give... Let's give them a chance, and let's hope that the DLC... You know... Let's hope they did a good job with the DLC. That's all I'm trying to say. Because that's a make it or break it for me, you know? I was panicked a bit here because I don't know where the mannequin's going to spawn. Come on, do your thing. There you go. People just
Aviary unlocked. Clear the Slayer's launch pad.
people just don't care about this timer. Yeah, people just don't care about this. Yeah, that's true. They should just release the source code, let people make games with it. Make games, but with a reasonable license price. Franchise would become more popular without hitting its pocket. Yeah, that's a good point. Even anecdotally, I know a handful of people that played and enjoyed Eternal, but this time have zero interest. Same thing for me. Like, I know quite a few friends that I was able to, get into Eternal and they enjoyed it. I mean, and they didn't play it as much as we do, but they enjoyed it, thought it was cool, and and back then they were like, when Dark Ages was announced, they were hyped for it. And then when it came out, I think because of the marketing for the game, I don't know what it was, but like they kind of lost interest. And if you add the price tag to that, then it just makes it, even less interesting, right? So plus, not as much marketing this time around, and they were very cagey with stuff prior to launch. Like, I remember they didn't even publicly show off gameplay, even a QuakeCon. Yeah, I remember that. They were very cagey about it, you're right. I don't know why. I think, to be honest with you, it's because, like, they were probably maybe a bit... They weren't very confident about it back then, maybe? I don't know. I think when I play this game and when I look at it, the way it looks, the weapons and all that, I feel like it wasn't even supposed to be a Doom game to begin with. I feel like it was either supposed to be like a Hexen sequel or a Quake sequel or remake. It doesn't feel like, when you look at the world and all that, it doesn't feel very Doom-like, you know what I mean? It didn't seem like they were very confident in it. That's what I said. Yeah, exactly. That's what I said. That's probably what happened. Too big of a departure from 2016 Eternal formula, so they were worried about the reception. Yeah, that's it. I think it was a lack of confidence. Because it is very, I mean, it's medieval Doom, right? But it just, like, when you think about about Doom lore, I mean, going from Mars, space stations on Mars to this, that's a huge departure. I don't know. They just should have stuck to their guns on shit and just come out ball swing. Yeah, for sure. But like. Again, I kind of like that they took a risk. I think that's admirable, but just imagine had they done like a Doom Eternal sequel, right? Or this kind of gameplay, but like in a Doom Eternal setting, right? So with modern weapons and modern scenery, like sci-fi stuff. Maybe the game would have sold better. I don't know. I'd like to see him do something. Yeah, me too. So, like, I'm not disappointed in it. You know what I mean? Eternal 2 would have probably been better, but Dark Ages is more fresh. Yeah, exactly. Like, it's a fresh, and what? Yeah. And every game stands on its own. Just missed the mark in some areas. Yeah, definitely. Stand fight. Look at this. I'm doing exactly what they told me to do. Yeah, and one thing that they got wrong was the whole marketing thing around stand and fight.
Destroying all
You
the
basically
ships
only
will
stand and fight
allow-
against the cyber demon when you think about it. Maybe I'm missing somebody else, but that's otherwise you're basically moving and shooting, right? Depth, replayability, too much accent. Yeah, that's not enough depth, not enough replayability, and it's way too accessible. So, yeah. Oh, shit. All right, cyber demon time. Yeah, they definitely played it safe on the gameplay side. That's for sure. But they did not play it safe on the world building side because so different from what we're used to. But I really, seriously, I have a lot of faith in the DLC. I think they're really gonna shake things up with that. I trust them. It's gonna be at least, at the very least, a tiny bit more deep. Easy to say in hindsight, playing things safe wasn't the move, but I thought that was obvious from the start, honestly. Did you? Okay. Come on. It feels like they looked back at Eternal and saw it too complex and too uninviting. But hot take, I don't really think it is. Hot take, I don't think so either. And I, as you know, and as I've said many times, I love Eternal. It's probably my favorite game ever. But I think a lot of people complain about that. That's the issue, right? About the game being too complex and, you know, just, you know, typical casual gamer stuff, right? Oh, game too hard. Me, no understand. You know, I don't have time to play this, this and that. Eternal was accessible as it needed to be. It had a really high skill ceiling, but a really low floor of entry as well. Yeah, for sure. Like, you can still play the game like shit and make it. You know what I mean? Like, I've seen players, seriously, like, I've seen players complete, maybe not modded content, but like, I've seen them complete, you know, like, base game and DLC, not even knowing how to quick switch on Ultra Nightmare. You know what I mean? I've seen a lot of that, and that just shows that it is actually, it is more accessible than people think it is. Like, bro, they built that shit to be played around controller with a weapon wheel, and it drip feeds its complexity to you hit by hit. bit by bit. It never requires all of it for the base experience. Tutorial pop is anywhere, plenty of range, and yeah, for sure. Yeah, but I completely agree with you. And the thing is, you know, like I played that game. I played it on PlayStation 4. That was my first experience with Eternal, and I thought it was fine. I was like, okay, game is hard, but I'm also getting better. And I got way better at controller as well. Like, I could really hold my own. You know what I mean? They did not need to dumb down the experience. People complain about complexity because they didn't show enough interest to begin with. Go past the base level. Nothing you do is going to change that. No, I know. I know. Yeah, but I think people gave up on it very quickly. Like, I also know a lot of people who played Eternal, and like after the first level, they were like, "I just can't do this. This is too much," you know. Well, I'm missing something. That's true. I'm missing something here. I missed the 2 secret landing areas, but that's okay. It's just a matter of wrong audience in that case. Yeah, for sure. Accessibility is not the make or break to tap into the audience of people. No, it's not. And what's funny is that the game came out at a time where people were obviously pandemic, so people were stayed at home and probably played video games more than ever. When you think about it, like just imagine the amount of time people spent indoors, and that's the best time to learn how to play a video game. So I think that's interesting, right? But yeah. But John, I can guarantee you that I think the DLC is going to really shake things up. I have a strong feeling that's going to happen. Where's this guy again? Here it is. I still think TDA paid off. Well, not as much as Eternal, but the profit was decent. Yeah, I think so too, because I remember them showcasing some numbers that basically show that I think they got to 3 million, not talking sales, but they got to 3 million players faster than Eternal. I think that's what they said. Oh man. Come on, die. There you go. Also, the story is not interesting. Dude, guy's gonna kill everybody with all the battles, and you won't change the character. He doesn't even talk. Yeah, I know. Yeah, 2+ million on Game Pass. That's exactly it. That's what's including them handing out the game to Game Pass for people to free. That's also true. Like, you know, the game is free from technically free, right? On Game Pass. That's very true. I don't think that means anything. That's just englazing themselves. I doubt many people are buying Game Pass for Dark Age. And when you look at the games popping off, Game Pass and Dark Age was never up there. Yeah, Dark Ages isn't even on the it's not on any Game Pass top 20 or anything like that, right? There's no way they got 3 million players on this. Absolutely zero chance. You think so? You don't think so, John? Like across PC, consoles, Game Pass, you don't think they got to 3 million? Steam numbers dropped 70%. I'm just gonna take care of this guy. Steam numbers dropped 70% compared to Eternal's launch. There's no way all those players went to Game Pass instead. Sorry, I don't believe that. Ah, okay. Way too big of disparity. I see what you mean. I see what you mean, yeah. Yeah. But I mean, are they allowed to falsify numbers like that? You know what I mean? Like, can't they get in huge trouble if somebody finds out that those numbers are wrong? Because that's a big statement to make, right? They're not compensating that from Game Pass and getting more of an audience on consoles to make up for that. And then some is just hard to believe. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. But at least one thing's for sure is that commercially the game was not a success. I think we could agree on that. But I still, like, you know, seriously, after playing Eternal for quite a few weeks, I just wanted something a bit more chill. And this fills that gap perfectly. Like, am I missing something? Yeah, I think I'm good. Did I get all the stuff? Yeah.
Malin, move into position.
The way they worded it just, yeah, seems safe. Okay, I see what you mean. Yeah. Yeah, they said we got to 3,000 players in a certain amount of time, right? They can probably get away with a statement like that if you own... Okay. Own the game. Yeah, that's it. What? What got me? Oh man, come on, no. These guys. Ooh. Man, I'm so rusty. Here we go. Siege next. So I suspected it didn't really succeed at all. I mean, that also depends on how much they invested in its development, so we don't know that. But I think they invested a lot of money. Just imagine, I mean, John, just imagine 5 years of development time. That's a lot of money, right? Hey, maybe those cost savings from slot tracing is coming in clutch here. Who knows? Well, it definitely saved. I think their lead developer guy said that had it not been for ray tracing, like development would have taken like 5 years. I've been okay, not 5 years, like maybe what? Like so they released so Eternal came out in 2020. They were done probably with all the DLC at some point by early 2022. Yeah, 10 years exactly. Yeah, that's it. 10 years had there not been ray tracing. I think it's bullshit too. I think it's just him like it's them covering their asses for making the choice of having, you know, mandatory ray tracing, right? They know what they're doing. They know what they're doing, but that's okay. They're just lazy, simple as that. There's no excuse. Probably like 3 years. I'd say between four, 3 to 4.5 years. I'd say. That's what I said. That's what I'd say. Yeah. This isn't anything bigger than 2016 Eternal. Yeah. I think the only difference is this game has way bigger levels compared to those games, right? Deploy devs just to make big high quality experiences just fine. They all just got lazy now because they have luxury to be lazy. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you.
Defensive turret took some damage. Slayer, you need time to repair them before
We don't need to optimize. We have upscalers now to get good performance. We don't need to put as much time into RP on ray tracing. Yeah, you're right. I mean, it is. Yeah, that's a good point. It's a bit sad. A bit sad. Come on, do your thing. And he hits me. Okay, that's great. Fucking prick. Yeah. No, but I have nothing to say about that. Yeah. But again, let's try to be, I mean, let's give them just a chance and let's see what they do with the DLC. Like if they can fix a lot of the issues that I have with the base game in the DLC, I'll be happy. I'll be satisfied, relatively, right? But again, it's still a game that I enjoy. You know, that's the thing. It's like I can't like had they come out. You know, for example, had they released a modern 2016, then I would have been disappointed. Really disappointed, you know? Like a modern, like, let's say had they released a remake of 2016 with, you know, modern graphics, maybe like a few quality of life adjustments here and there, like I would have been, you know, that would have been bad. At least, you know, we got something that's still, it's still a quality product for me. There's just like some rough edges here and there. Regardless, hypothetically, if that were true, maybe don't make big maps then and go for a previous level scale. It would have been much better. Had they gone more linear, I agree with you. It would have been much better. Yeah. I'm also not a huge fan of open maps. Siege, I'm fine with because I have my way of routing it and it goes pretty fast. But some of those other levels, like Resurrection, whatever, like it's too massive. Still good game, just underwhelmed in areas. It could have been worse for sure. Oh yeah, it could have been a lot worse. A lot worse. But I think, you know, with id Software, you always expect a minimum level of quality, you know? It might not be amazing, but there's always going to be some level of quality, right? Because those guys are artists. They know what they're doing. They kind of know, they mostly know what we want, even though they missed the mark here, especially with the mech, turret, and dragon sections. But otherwise, I think they're pretty well versed in understanding what we need. Realistically, it would have been reasonable to expect them to strike gold twice like they did, like that, even if they did Eternal 2. It would be unreasonable. Yeah, for sure. And as I said, you know, like I said that in my stream yesterday, I think Eternal was impossible to top. When that game came out, I was like, how do you top this? I just didn't see it, you know? So instead of trying to top it, they kind of knew, okay, if we try to top it, we're going to fail. Let's do something completely different and hope that it can be sort of good in an equal way to Eternal. You know? But, but yeah, you're right. It wouldn't be unreasonable for them to strike gold twice. What? I definitely... If Eternal was hard to top, it wouldn't have had so many mods. Man, Sharpie, you come out. You really bring. You really make me think sometimes. With your very smart points. I think mods just like took what Eternal did and just took it very far, right? But it is true that, I mean, when you look at base Eternal, like base campaign Eternal, right? And then they did a few master levels and all that, right? But I mean, you know, for example, when I compare, let's compare 2 master levels. Let's compare let's compare Art Complex, which is one of the very early master levels for Eternal. Let's compare that to their final master level, which was World Spear and Mars Core. Technically, they both came out at the same time, but World Spear, it's still sort of, to me, the ultimate master level for official content by id. When I compare those two levels, like one really went, it took everything that you learned about Eternal and basically pushed you to learn. I mean, it pushed you to sort of apply everything that you basically learned. And when you play, when I play when I play World Spear today, sometimes I feel like, wow, this almost feels like modded content because there's so many things, like, for example, different pathways, different routing. They also add like hazards, things like that, and it just feels, yeah, I really feel like they learned from mods when they made that level. You know what I mean? But yeah, technically mods make Eternal way better, of course, especially for the experienced player. Had there been no mods for Eternal, I would have stopped playing that game ages ago. Like, when it comes to base content, essentially the only base content, the only base game piece of content that I can still play today is World Spear. That's about it. Eternal has so much unused world building potential also. Yeah, and we saw a bit of that with some custom mods, right? How far look at Salim's mods. It's custom levels, you know? You die. Jesus Christ, bro. Come on. Been playing a lot of 2016 MP with Muffins lately, and 2016 outdid itself years ahead. I mean, all the MP mats that are primers for major Eternal worlds like Makers and whatnot. It's gen aesthetic. I've never played 2016 in multiplayer, so I actually don't know. I'll take your word for it, but yeah, I honestly have no clue. To switch back to the gauntlets, that's good. Whoa. There you go.
Use the portal to get inside.
There you go. But I mean, even though I dislike open levels in general, I think this level really, really shines. Ooh, ass crack. That's in, bro. That's in a while. We have a long way to go for ass crack. I have a lot to get through before that. This is a very long game. The open levels are fine, but the linear levels are way harder. Yeah. Let me think of linear levels. I mean, obviously Reckoning, which is the final level, that can be quite... But Siege is one of the first, like, you know, skill checks, right? In this game. I remember when I first played this game, I died a lot in Siege. Those open arenas, oof. I died a lot. Yeah, agreed, yeah. Oh, you said better, not harder. My bad, my bad. But yeah. Open levels are a soft developer mentality, IMO. Yeah, yeah, like, I mean, in general, like, open world games, like RPG, I mean, I like Elden Ring. Like, you know, all those Assassin's Creed or, like, even GTA. I'm not a big fan of GTA. Like, I'm beyond my GTA phase, you know? Like, I just get bored playing those games. Too much choice. Open levels don't leave much in the way of actual design, actually. The game can get away with it because it's not as needed with the shield, but it's still just... Yeah. Yeah, I mean, let me think of... So in this game, what do we have? We have Siege Part 1. We have Resurrection. Like, those are the two open levels, right? And like, am I missing something? And obviously, yeah, there's also the marshes, right? The Kalthul marshes or whatever they're called. And like I think by the time you get to when you're done with Siege 1, you're sort of you don't want to see any more open levels. Like you're pretty much done with that. All you want is linear stuff, right? At least I do. So Siege 1 I love, but like Resurrection, I route it and I go very fast and I just do the 3 arenas quickly and then I move on. The marshes also, I just do those 2 big arenas and then I move on. Like I don't take time exploring anymore, you know? Or secrets or anything like that. So... The only open levels I like are in Metro and Stalker. I've never played either of those games, believe it or not. Never played either of them, so... Metro's good. Never played Stalker. Metro, I should try Metro. But the latest Stalker game isn't very good. I've heard. I've heard it's very mid. They're popular, but not that popular because on the tactical shooter side you got Arma, and the other survival side you got Rust and DayZ and Tarkov for both. Okay, I've never played any of those games. None of them. I have played none of those games. Let's do this. Boom. Finisher. Fully upgrade. Gauntlet. Good. We have to do anything here. Done. Yeah, neither have I yet. But the latest Stalker, I was actually like, I've heard a lot of hype around the Stalker. I think it came out like last year, late last year. There was a lot of hype around that game, but when it came out, it was very buggy. So people like got a lot of shit for that apparently. Bro, what the fuck happened? What the fuck happened? Oh, that was bad. It's gonna restart. Oh, that's annoying. Fuck that, I'll just go. I'll just restart. I have like 45 minutes. Let's see how far I can get. There was so much noise there, like so many things happening at once. First Stalker was even buggier, but everyone loved that shit because it had soul and sense of novelty, and the 2007 Stalker is still getting modded. Okay, shit. I need to get into, maybe I'll get into that franchise at some point. Who knows?
Impact confirmed. The Slayer has been activated.
Yeah, I love Witchfire, and I'm thinking about getting back into that because it's gotten a lot of updates recently. So that could be something. That could be something I could get back into for sure. I may stream it maybe at some point as well. Who knows? I think that's a pretty good game. Because right now, like, I'm trying to figure out.
Weapon drop incoming in 3.
I'm really enjoying streaming at the moment. I'm trying to figure out which games to stream and which not to stream. And I kind of realized that Eternal isn't the best game to stream because like I'm so busy with what's happening on screen that I don't really have time to engage with you guys. So this game works very well when it comes to streaming, and I'm thinking Witchfire could also be. And it still fits like my FPS kind of channel theme, so let's see. God, why do I have to kill all this fodder? Is that necessary?
The main gate is under lockdown. There's a key in the nearby church. Route in the location.
I think I'll be the only Witchfire viewer because, of course, Games has fans and its own who might. Yeah, that's the thing, right? Yeah. But, I mean, look at this game. Like, you know, not a lot of people play this game, so. Why don't you restream on Twitch? Because I don't know, never really like because my audience is on YouTube. So I've never really considered streaming on Twitch, to be honest with you. But maybe I should.
He's at ground 0. He located.
Maybe I will do that at some point. Who knows?
Once he kills the demon, the portals will collapse.
So yeah, that's the story. But it doesn't also take a lot more bandwidth if I stream both on Twitch and YouTube. Because I have an issue with my internet connection. That's also a problem, right? I can't. I don't have a lot of bandwidth. At least I'm warmed up now. Because. Oh man, fuck off.
All hell gates closed. The village is secure.
Yeah, because I just want to say that there are a lot of people who turn on Twitch, but you gotta stream often for them to know when you catch
Certified reading to the
you're
southwest.
streaming, plus other streamers will grade you if they know you, especially speedrunners. But you are too busy for all that reckon. Yeah, like I can only stream basically evenings and you know. I have a full-time job and all these things on the side, so like it's streaming on Twitch is not exactly something I can. Sharpie, are you based in the US? That roaring burping sound was actually in Metro Blast. Really? Okay. Oh, it's crassed me up.
They're making a final push. Tighten it, bomb.
Okay, UK.
Tighten down. All remaining enemy targets have been neutralized.
You don't talk about it. Okay. Okay, that's interesting. Oh.
He's at the drop zone. Deploying weapon pod now.
And that is your right.
Reroute all units to the energy relay.
I know there are imps in this game, but I've never seen them in people's playthroughs. Really? They're the most annoying enemy in the game. At least stone imps. The small ones, not the big ones. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there's normal imps, and then there's the stone imps, right? Those are the small ones, and then you have stalker imps, nightmare imps, and those are the bigger boys. But nightmare imps are by far one of the biggest threats in this game. Ah, never mind. I have a Maynard stream. Yeah, I also watch Maynard quite a bit. So a very good streamer. I like his stuff. And that guy also plays. He does Auto Nightmare 100%. That's no joke. I would not want to do that. Oh, you watched this? It's 27. Oh God, you've been watching. Hey Dennis, my man. Hey Dennis, by the way, sorry. I noticed earlier that you were streaming, and I didn't want to double stream, but it was the only time that I could do it. So, my bad. And thanks for joining in. But yeah, Maynard used to be, I know that's how he got started. He used to be a StarCraft 2 caster. And then things just, and then he started playing a lot of Eternal in 2016, and that's what got him stop StarCraft 2, and then he only focused on Eternal in 2016. That I know. That's something I know. My man Dennis. You could subscribe and he could cast your SC replay. Yeah, StarCraft 2 got too much. He got tired of playing versus... Yeah, because I heard him say also once that he stopped even watching them. Yeah, StarCraft 2, that is a beast of a game, I can tell you that. That is quite the skill. That's quite the learning curve when I learn how to play that game. Crazy skill that takes. In my opinion, most entertaining caster there. Yeah. I mean, he's a really I really like him. That's personality. Like the times I've engaged with him a few times, like, and he's just first of all he's super grateful to be doing what he's doing. So like he just appreciates every little compliment that he gets from chat. He really appreciates, right? And he's also just like, he's super cool to chat with and just a very nice guy. So, yeah.
Commander, we need assistance out here.
And I've watched a lot of streamers, you know, like, a lot of Doom streamers, and he's by far, him and Devo. I'm not sure if you watch Devo, Sharpie, but him and Devo are probably the people that I watch, big streamers that I watch the most. Yeah, Devo, yeah. And Devo, I'm actually rather, like, we're kind of friendly, you know, we have each other on Steam and Discord and all that, and, you know, we chat every now and then, and he's very cool guy. But, like, I've also watched a lot of Eternal and 2016 streamers that I just think are not even nice, like, what's his name? Just give me a second, just have to focus on these guys, hold that thought. This room can sometimes be... Whoa, get me out here. So one guy that I've actually had bad experiences with is MMA Pro, if you know him. I'm not saying he's, you know, like, I don't know him personally, but I've just had one experience with him on stream where I was watching his stuff, and I just asked him a simple question, I don't remember what it was, and he got super defensive about it. Oh wow, look at this. Stuck in the Geo, guys, look at this. Oh no. Oh, that was weird. Look at this. They have to fix this shit. Look at this, guys. I was stuck in there. Look at that. Doom the Dark Ages, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this. Damn. Okay, let me out of here. John didn't clip that off, no. That's funny, yeah. Should probably maybe clip that and then send it, put it in the Discord or something, right? Yeah, he's become like that only recently. Don't know, personal problems maybe. Yeah, but in that case, like, I mean, seriously, my opinion on it is if you're in a really shitty mood, if you're unhappy, and if you know you're going to be cranky, and you're not going to be cool with your viewers, then don't stream. Like, if I'm having a really shitty day and I know I'm going to be irritable and get pissed off at you guys, I'm just not going to stream. Sorry, but I mean, come on, like. And I don't know if it's, I also don't know whether it's because he has personal issues or whether he's just like very arrogant also now that he's, you know, semi famous in the Doom community. I don't know. But I just don't like that very much. I don't know. Anyways, ran over, guys. Again, I'm not saying he's a terrible person. I'm just saying that I just didn't have a very good experience with him at one point. And you die, yeah.
Robotic leader identified.
Speedrunners are really culty. I recognize the red flags early on and never join MDSR. Although I've done a lot of speedrunning myself with Court. Okay. I didn't know that. Okay. Yeah, but still, like, I don't know. There's something, I mean, you know, Devo was also speedrunning Eternal in, you know, 2016 quite a lot. And I was, you know, watching him and engaging with him. And save for Maynard, you know, both of them speedrun a lot of Eternal. And they've never had that attitude about them. I don't know. Again, nothing personal. I just had one really bad experience with him where he got really annoyed about a simple question. I think, to be honest with you, if I remember correctly, that's what happened. I just asked him how old he was. I literally asked the guy how old he was on stream, and he got super defensive about it. And passive aggressive and everything that, you know, like all these things, right? And I'm just like, wow, come on. I'm asking you a very simple question and a question as a viewer that I'm curious about. Like when I watch somebody, you know, like ask whoever, like I know the ages of all the people that I engage with pretty much. And none of them have been, why would you be defensive about your age? I don't know. But anyways, that happened.
Balin, with the Slayer guarding the barracks. We'll take the airships. Rally at the priest signal.
To be fair, I'd never asked a streamer something like that. Really? Are you serious? That's interesting. That's an interesting point. Maybe I'm the one who's off then. Maybe I'm the one who hasn't read the terms of service. The streamer terms of service on what to ask and what not to ask. But like when people ask my age, I'm like, yeah, sure. Like I'm just turned 39. Boom. You know, like what do I care? It's a fucking number. Yeah, for some reason people just don't like being asked questions. I've had far worse interactions that made no sense. Yeah, but I mean, I think in general there's something about people just being very defensive.
I'll establish contact with Major 2.
I think that's also what it is, right?
The demonic presence around the priest signal is getting larger.
Ah, fuck. Can you? Oh man. Anyways, no harsh feelings, but that was one of my experiences, and I think it's just a very human thing to wonder why somebody would be offended by something that you wouldn't find offensive if they asked you or told you something. Yeah, I think that's what it comes down to, right? But I'm sure if I met the guy personally, he would be cool, and I'd be like, "Hey, actually, this guy, you know, there's nothing, you know, I misinterpreted something. I don't know, but I just thought in that moment it was a bit extreme for the situation, but." You're also very mature and have all the necessary and don't have all the necessary insecurities. That's quite rare. Yeah, that's true. Like it's gonna take. I mean, if you want to insult me, that's gonna take a lot of work. I can tell you that. Yeah, he's done a lot for the speedrunning community overall. Exactly. Yeah, I know. I mean, he's a huge name. Like, I am not gonna sort of. I'm very aware of his accomplishments, you know. So I just think it just comes down to like how would I react if I was told something like that? If I was asked a question of that sort, you know what I mean? So. But I'm missing one of those. Yeah, there he is.
You're almost outside. There's a path through the tombs nearby.
But yeah, in general, streamers are really cool people, and I really like interacting with them and watching them. You know, like even Mayo, who's he's more of a content creator than a streamer, but I'm still like really cool guy. Oh, these donuts, man, they are good. I'm getting my routing back now, which is good. All the muscle memories coming back. Ah, fuck, I thought I had enough for this. Did I miss a bit of gold somewhere? That's annoying. Hey Ivan, what's up? Welcome back. As you can see, well, it's not going that well because as you can see, I died. It's in siege. So I've had to start
On the barracks is a diversion.
from the very beginning. So now I'm just at
Mobilize the Slayer's dragon. Marking the Slayer's HUD now.
Sentinel Barracks. Good. Bro, come on. What are you doing? Ivan, no worries, man. No worries at all. I don't expect people to watch, spend hours at a time watching what I do. That'd be fucking. That would be expecting too much. Do I like retro boomer shooters, or do you just have? No, I have an opportunity. I mean, I've played a lot of retro. I mean, my childhood was a lot of Quake and Doom, you know. So I have a lot of experience with retro shooters. But I mean, if you're talking about like this new wave of retro shooters, then does Dusk count as a retro boomer shooter for you? Dusk and Turbo Overkill and all those games. Because if that is the case, then yes, I have played a lot of those. Yeah, like past 2016. Yeah. In that case, I have. Yeah, played a lot of those. I'm blanking a bit now, but I mean, I'm trying to remember which ones. Can you die? Thank you. So yeah, I played a lot of Dusk, or not a lot, but I played Dusk. Played Turbo Overkill. I played.
Slayer is approaching the bridge to the Dragon's aviary.
There's so many new ones in development, but the development stopped for most of them for some reason. Oh, that's a shame. I think boomer shooters were really. I think that the best time to release like an indie boomer shooter was probably like between 2016 and 2021. I think that's where they boomed. No pun intended. There was a boomer shooter boom at that point. I think now things have slowed down a bit, which is probably why this game has had the reception that it got. I could imagine, but I may be wrong. I'm no expert. 2018, yeah, 2018 was when Dusk came out. That I remember. Is that it? Yeah. This is not ideal at all. Okay. Come on, do your thing. Did I complete the challenge? Yeah, okay. Ooh, okay, guys. This is not my day. This is not my day. I'm playing like shit today. But in 2018, I was grinding Siege and StarCraft 2. Yeah, GG's, yeah. Terrible, terrible run today. Again, it's also been weeks since I really played this game, so I just have to get back into it. Just memorize, not memorize, but just get back into the flow of things. Have you played the battle mode in Eternal? Not at all. I've played zero battle mode. Not a single game. So this is what the game is called, Balls Age. Yeah, exactly. Loads of balls that are thrown at you on a regular basis. But yeah, that was annoying though. I thought I was gonna get, you know, it was annoying to die in Siege as well. Like I usually have that level pretty locked in. Amnu, Anus. Yeah, Vidas Ages, exactly. Yeah, this is definitely... This was not my best performance. I just have to get back into this game and grind it, and then I'll probably get to I'll be able to UN it on the new update. I'm pretty sure of that. I just need a bit more time with it to get to know the encounters and all that. But like that death right there, like it's just me being careless and not, you know, just rushing. So that's annoying. Play Red Dead Redemption 2 and have a chill with Arthur. Like Amnu, like. So the thing is about me is that I'm not big on open, like, except for Elden Ring. Elden Ring is the exception because the combat is great. But in general, like open world games like GTA and Red Dead, I'm not a big fan of. I get bored very quickly, and I don't care about story. Story doesn't interest me at all, you know? So I just completely like, yeah. I just disconnect completely. And that's a me issue. I know that because I'm very aware that Red Dead has an amazing presentation. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly, John. You know, like Red Dead is very immersive and has great story and all that. Okay, it is okay. For me, it's Elden Ring is one of the very few open world games, you know, that I like. Everything else, I just get very bored. Yeah, Sharpie, catch you later, man. Take care. probably be on tomorrow as well. So yeah. But yeah, maybe one day I'll get into Red Dead. I don't know. But just like I don't know. When I play video games, I play video games. I'm not interested in story. Like I just skip everything all the time. And I remember like Red Dead 2. I'll give you my experience. I bought it like it was on sale like about 2 years ago. I bought it, and I just remember like first of all having to install the Rockstar thing. That the Rockstar software that enables you to start playing the game. I hate it when games do that. I hate it when they force you to install their software. Um, and then I launch it, and I just remember like a long cutscene, and then once I start the game, I'm just riding a horse going up a hill with a guy next to me talking to me, and I feel like it's taken forever, and that lasted like maybe what 5-10 minutes. And when I started playing the game, at that point I just like I don't know. There's something about it that I just couldn't. I just lost interest. Yeah, it's a very long game, and you really need to get into it, and you really like if you're a lore kind of guy, then I get why you would want to invest in it. But like I don't care about lore, I don't care about story when I play video games. Like that's why I love Doom so much. No story. I don't care about the story. I couldn't even tell you what Doom: The Dark Ages is about. If you asked me what it was about, and I played like 300 hours or so of Dark Ages, and I just don't care about story. I create housing mods for RDR2. Yeah, that's cool, bro. Yeah, fair. Yeah, I know. It's. I mean, everybody. I mean, again, you know, I'm very aware that the game is amazing, and that's what like every friend I have who's played Red Dead has told me you have to play this game. It's amazing and all that. And I did, and it just wasn't for me. It doesn't mean it's a bad game. It just means that I wasn't into it. But I recognize that, if you told me that it was on like the top 20 best video games ever made, I'd be like, I get it. I didn't like it, but I get it. So it's just like open world games generally are just not for me. Like GTA 6, for example, that everybody's ranting and raving about because it's been delayed and it's so hyped and all that. Like seriously, I couldn't give two shits about GTA 6. Like when it comes out, I'll just be like, oh okay. Like if I buy let me put it this way: if I buy it, it's because I'm fucking bored. It's because I have nothing else to play. Yeah, GTA is fucking overrated. GTA was great. Like when I played, back in the day, I played Vice City and San Andreas. John, I'm not sure if you ever played those. Those were like in the PlayStation 2 era, a long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away. um, and those games were great. But I think then I remember like playing GTA 4, also great. 5 was also fine. But once I was done with it, I was done with it. I didn't play it that much. And then I slowly moved on to other video game genres, like FPSs and RPGs. And those are the two basically only video game types that I play, right? But yeah, GTA 6, I can't give two shits about. I don't give two shits about. I don't care about that game. Um, like right now, basically the only thing I'm looking forward to is the Dark Ages DLC. I really want to see what they do with that. I'm really really curious to see what they do, and I think they're cooking right now. And I would be very surprised if it wasn't good. The gameplay of Rockstar games is mostly gay. Yeah, I think it is. It's not like for me, GTA games are not about gameplay. They're mostly about like story, narrative and cutscenes and all that. RDR2 has terrible mission design. Yeah. Wrong opinion, but many people will hate you for this, but I support you. I mean, it's an opinion. If somebody hates me for my opinion, then what kind of world are we living in? I mean, I'm allowed to have my opinion, but again, I'm saying I understand that it's a great game. It's just not for me. And it's funny talking about this. I remember when I'm not sure if you guys remember when Elden Ring was released. Somebody like really insisted on Mayo playing Elden Ring, and I just remember him streaming that game and saying, "I don't want to play this game. It's not for me. It sucks. And, you know, it's blah blah blah." And he got a lot of shit for that, right? Just saying that he didn't like Elden Ring, and I thought that was really interesting because I could be in a situation like that, you know. So yeah, he got crucified for that. Yeah, remember John? Remember that? How he got loads of shit for that, and he even had to publish a video of him explaining himself, saying Elden Ring is a good game. It's just not for me. That's a matter of opinion, and that's it. You know, like everybody has their opinion, and he was fair to say that. I just think, first of all, that video, right? He had a bit too much to drink, maybe. So he was very emotional, and you know, some things he said, you know, were very targeted towards the game and towards people who liked Elden Ring. So obviously, a lot of people took that the wrong way. I'm with Mayo on that. I don't like Souls games, and that's fair. Like, you know, I know a lot of people who hate Souls games. I think they're okay. I don't love them, but I think they're okay. Like, I think Elden Ring was great. Bloodborne, I think, is great as well. I haven't even played all of them, but I admire their very intentional design and how they're trying to cater to a specific audience, and you know, like it's that's fine. Yeah, it's a preference thing. I mean, we're all entitled to preferences, you know. Like, come on, we're not supposed to love everything, you know. It's okay to dislike Souls games. I think so too. Nothing wrong with that. Because they're hard games also. They're hard. Like the friends that I've tried to, you know, like I've had a friend, I tried to get him into Elden Ring. He told me, bro, you know, like 5 minutes in, I keep getting killed by this guy, you know, like Amnu, you probably remember this guy, you know, when you first started the game, the Sentinel something, the Sentinel Knight, I think he's called, right by the exit. And I was like, dude, when you start off, maybe don't try to kill him right away. Go exploring, go somewhere else, you know. And when you tell people that, immediately they're like, yeah, but then what's the point of the game if I can't kill an enemy, right? Yeah, the tree sentinel, exactly. What's the point of playing the game if I can't fight like any enemy when I, you know. I've gone crucified myself for just saying that, though, and it's like, bro, they just are my thing. I mean, if you get crucified for saying that, the people who are crucifying you are idiots. You know what I mean? Like, come on. The gay sentinel. The char sentinel. Yeah. Yeah. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna call it a day. Thank you so much again for joining, and I think I'm going to keep doing these attempts because for streaming purposes, it's way more enjoyable for me because I can actually interact with Eternal. I'm just too focused on Eternal. I can't keep an eye on chat. It's just impossible. So then I just lose track of who's saying what. So yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. Yeah, Anus, see you later. John, take care. See you. Ivan, see you as well. Sharpie, if you're still around. Take care, guys. And I will see you in the next one. Cool. Bye, guys. Bye.